great beasts know paths that you can't find on foot. They'll get you there fast and maybe show you something new at the same time.
For their sake?
No. The man who works for others without payment is a slave. I do not believe that slavery is noble, not in any form, nor for any purpose whatsoever.
Is there any kind of payment I can offer you?
Yes, there is. Now listen to me. I've worked on the problem of low-rent construction for years. I've thought of the new inventions, the new materials, the great possibilities never used to build cheaply, simply, and intelligently. I loved it because it was a problem I wanted to solve.
Yes, I understand.
Peter, before you can do things for people, you must be the kind of man who can get things done. But to get things done, you must love the doing, not the people. Your own work, not any possible object of your charity. I'll be glad if men who are living in the house I built. Not my reason, nor my reward. My reward, my purpose, my life, is the work itself. My work done my way. Nothing else matters to me.
My name is Howard Rourke, architect. I was born in the Fountainhead. I wanted to design in new ways, where form followed function. But my teachers believed in copying old designs. I said, I will design the buildings I want to build. Who will let you? Asked the dean. Who will stop me? I replied. Expelled, I went to New York, eventually opened my own firm. But it was a struggle. Clients wanted copies, Tudor houses, Greek facades, anything but an original design. Out of money, I either had to compromise my creative vision or go out of business. I would not compromise. So I took a job breaking rocks in a quarry. One day, a beautiful woman visited the quarry. Her name was Dominique. I wanted her. She wanted me. We both got what we wanted. But she was complicated. A new commission brought me back to New York. I was ready, but Dominique wasn't ready to fight a world that celebrated mediocrity, so waged a private war against it, and herself, and against me. She married mediocrity, Peter Keating, classmate at my school, who had no vision, and yet rose the ranks of New York architecture by backstabbing and flattery. He sold his soul. Eventually, his wife. But by then, I was building what I wanted to build. I even received a commission to build a temple of the human spirit. But it was a trap, set by Ellsworth Toohey, a Marxist columnist for a tabloid paper, The Banner, who slandered my design, called it sacrilege, and convinced the client to sue me into bankruptcy. Toohey expected me to hate him and asked what I thought of him. I said, I don't think of you. I did still think of Dominique. She'd married the Banner's owner, Gail Winan. He hired me to design their country home. We shared a love for Dominique, but I didn't share his lust for power, money, and fame. I only wanted creative challenges to build my way. So when Peter Keating asked for my help in designing the Cortland housing project, I agreed, but with conditions. It had to be built precisely as I designed it. It wasn't. Instead, it was an utter abomination, a vulgar violation of every architectural ideal I held sacred. Couldn't accept it. I wouldn't accept it. So what did I do? You'll have to read the pages of the Fountainhead to find out.
Not enough energy.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
As Emerson said, you become what you think about most of the time. Earl Nightingale, in his Strangest Secret of Success, simply said that you become what you think about all day long. So what we have found is that our outer world is merely a reflection or corresponds with our inner world. In computer language, they have an expression, GIGO, which means garbage in, garbage out. But it also means good in, good out. Now, if the human being was like an animal, and that we were programmed permanently and could never change our instincts and our responses, then we would have no hope. But the good news is that everything that we have learned, we can unlearn. That everything that has been programmed into us can be deprogrammed and can be overridden with new programming. And we say, number one, your self-concept is the master program of your subconscious mind. It's the master program. Your self-concept is your operating system. Everything that you produce on the outside is determined, modified, affected in some way by your self-concept. You cannot change what is being produced on the outside without changing your operating system. So that's the first thing we know. Second, we say you always perform on the outside based on how you think on the inside. You always perform on the outside based on how you think on the inside. Now there are laws. The law of belief says that your beliefs become your realities. But the things that you believe may not necessarily be true. However, if you believe them intensely enough, they will become true for you. The law of attraction says that you attract into your life people and circumstances in harmony with your own thoughts. And your own thoughts may be positive or negative. They may be uplifting or depressing, but whatever, you'll attract people and circumstances just like them. The law of expectation says that your expectations tend to become your own self-fulfilling prophecies. In other words, what you expect to happen usually does. And if your expectations are based on false information, so you have false expectations, that's what will happen anyway. For instance, your expectations could be that you are destined to have an extraordinary life and be extremely successful. Is that no matter what happens, it's all part of a learning process that is leading you inevitably to great success, happiness, and accomplishment. And if you absolutely expect that to be true, if that's your fundamental belief, then over time that will become true. You'll be able to throw off the ups and downs of life. You'll be able to ignore the negative influences around you. If you confidently expect to be a great success, then by gum, you sure will be. No matter what people tell you, you just say, well, it'll be all right. Everything will work out fine. And we know that an attitude of confident expectation is a hallmark of highly successful people. They just expect to succeed more than they fail. They expect to be liked by others more often than they're disliked. They expect to learn from every difficulty that they have. They expect to keep making progress. They just confidently expect it. And surprise, surprise, your expectations affect your realities. What you experience on the outside is determined by how you think on the inside. As they say, you are not what you think you are, but what you think you are. In the Bible it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, which means in his subconscious mind, way down deep, so is he. According to your faith, it's done unto you, and so on. Well, number 3 is you don't believe what you see what you believe. You see what you have already decided to believe, irrespective of whether or not that information is based on false information. One of the great rules, by the way, one of the most important of all principles, is to challenge your self-limiting beliefs. You see, we are all plagued by self-limiting beliefs. Beliefs that we tell ourselves, things that we tell ourselves to hold ourselves back. We shoot ourselves in our own feet, and then we admire our own marksmanship. We hold ourselves back with self-limiting beliefs. We tell ourselves that we're limited in some way, when in reality, it's probably not true at all. The fact of the matter is that in terms of actual potential, you have so much potential that if you ran at 100 miles an hour, full blast, using your potential for the rest of your life, you would never come within miles of what you're truly capable of doing. In fact, Ernest Holmes, the great metaphysician, once said that all negativity is rooted essentially in the frustration of potential. People feel that they're capable of doing vastly more. Nelson Mandela, in his talk to the Nobel Prize Committee when he received his Nobel Prize, said, "Our great problem is not that we feel that we are powerless, but that deep down inside we feel that we are powerful beyond measure." Powerful beyond measure. That you are powerful beyond measure. It's an incredible thought. It's almost a scary thought, isn't it? But it's also true, because the powers that you have are extraordinary. And as William James said, we live habitually well within our powers. We have enormous reserves of potential that we habitually fail to use. Which brings us to number 4, all performance, all improvement in personal performance begins with an improvement in your self-concept. All improvement in personal performance, in what you do on the outside, begins with an improvement in your self-concept, in your beliefs about yourself. When you change your beliefs about yourself on the inside, you change the reality of your life on the outside. Number 5 is there's a relationship between self-concept and performance. Your self-concept precedes and predicts your levels of performance and effectiveness in everything you do. The self-concept always comes first. It's always as within, so without. It always begins on the inside and radiates outward. I heard that for years. The average person uses only 10% of their potential. The average person uses only 10% of their potential, and so on. And then someone pointed out to me that if that was a true statistic, that means that 90% of your potential is left untapped. Let's take it in its simplest terms. It means that compared to what you could earn, you are earning about 1/10. Or put it in reverse, you could probably earn 10 times what you're earning today. And of course, we know that is true, that you could earn 10 times what you're earning today. Why do we know that's true? Because there's lots of people doing it. Lots of people your age who are doing it. Lots of people started off with nothing who are doing it. Lots of people in your field who are doing it. So obviously it's doable. If there was only one person in America earning 10 times as much as you're earning, then you could say, well, that's a coincidence. But if there's hundreds and thousands and millions of them, well, then maybe we have to say there's something going on here. And whatever anyone else has done, you can do. Whatever anyone else has learned to get from where they were to where they are, you can learn as well. But of course, the statistics, according to Stanford, are a little bit worse than 10%. The average person, according to Stanford, uses only about 2% of their potential. The average person has got a lot of potential, but they're saving it up for a good purpose, yet to be determined. We also know there's a direct relationship between the amount of your potential you use and your self-concept. And since the average person, let's use 10% as a generous estimate, since the average person's self-concept is far more limited than it needs to be, then your level of effectiveness is limited as well. We also know something else. We know that your self-concept is subjective. In other words, what you think and feel and believe about yourself is not based on reality. It's not based on fact. It's based on information that you have taken in and accepted as real, and as a result, it has become true for you. Most of our self-limiting beliefs have no basis whatever in reality. If you ask an adult, can you play a violin? He'll say, no, I don't play a violin. If you ask a child, the child will say, I don't know, I haven't tried yet. The adult is very, very quick to shoot themselves in the foot. The adult is wide open.
Energy.
The child, like the teacher goes up to the little Bobby and says, Bobby, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm drawing a picture of God. She said, you can't do that. Nobody knows what God looks like. Yeah, well, they will when I'm done. In other words, young people don't have all the blocks. We say we're old and mature now. You know what old and older and more mature and wise means? It just means we've sold ourselves out.
Closer.
We sell it for less. We put our dreams in the closet, as they say. We've accepted that we're limited, and whenever possible, we'll encourage as many other people to think the same way too.
Damn.
So we know that your self-concept
Guy's right.
controls your performance, and your self-concept is subjective. Think about that. You think that you're not good in some particular area of life? You think that your income is limited? It's subjective. Now let me explain to you what I mean. We each have a series of
It's so cool, level 38 night owl.
self-concept for how you dress. You have a self-concept for
Druid's
how you
looking
play
out
musical
for
instruments.
druids.
Self-concept for how well you tell jokes and speak in public. A self-concept for how punctual you are and how well you use your time and how much you read and whether or not you listen to audio programs in your car. You have a self-concept for how smart you are, how creative, how well you learn, what kind of memory you have. You have a self-concept for how likable and personable you are with others. If you're a salesperson, you have a self-concept or a mini self-concept for each of the different parts of selling. For instance, for telephone skills, prospecting, approaching, questioning, presenting, answering objections, closing, and so on. You have a whole series of tiny little self-concepts that put all together, combined to give you your overall self-concept as how you are as a salesperson. You have a self-concept for what kind of a parent you are, what kind of a child you are to your parents, what kind of a husband or wife, what kind of a lover you are, what kind of a drinker you are, how much you drink, how much you weigh. You have a self-concept for your manners. You have a self-concept for every part of your life that you consider important. By the way, men have a self-concept for driving. All men are excellent drivers in their self-concept. This, by the way, ladies, is a genetic thing. We have an extra chromosome that has not yet been discovered for excellent driving. You can tell, by the way, when your self-concept is challenged, your inner beliefs about yourself, is because you instantly react negatively. You just like your mother. You're never on time. If it's a clash with what you believe yourself to be, you react defensively and angrily. It's just natural. You have what are called triggers that a person can just push and get you going. So gentlemen always have the ability to drive well. And any lady who has ever corrected a man's driving knows that we do not respond too well to it. Women, by the way, have a self-concept for manners. Women are absolutely wonderful about manners. It is women that actually hold society together because they're so cognizant of the correct ways to do things. And even if a woman is wearing rags and covered with dirt and throwing dishes and screaming, if you ever accuse her of having had poor manners, she will never forget. Now, here's the point that turned my life around many years ago with regard to self-concept. I couldn't believe this. I stood there staggered. I still remember the time and the place I learned it many years ago, is that each of us has a self-concept with regard to the amount of money that we make. And that you can never earn more than 10% above or below your self-concept level of income without engaging in compensatory behaviors. Your self-concept is like a thermostat, and it has what is called a comfort zone. And your self-concept level of income is your comfort zone. And you strive to get into the comfort zone, and that we know two things about the human psyche. We strive to get into a comfort zone and then stay there, and we will resist any change that moves us out of our comfort zone, even positive change. Second of all, if we're moved out of our comfort zone involuntarily for any period of time, we'll struggle to get back into it and rebuild it immediately. Has anybody ever gone on a 2 or 3 week vacation somewhere? You know, you go away, you rent a condominium. Very first thing you do is you go down to the store and buy all the same foods you left back at home. Sometimes you take your own coffee cup, and from our kids, we take their toys, their blanket, and their pillow. In other words, we move and we recreate a new comfort zone. So, we know that the amount of money that you earn today has nothing to do with what you're capable of earning. It has only to do with where your comfort zone is today. If you earn 10% more or above your self-concept level of income, you'll immediately engage in what are called compensatory behaviors, throwaway behaviors. You'll do everything possible to get rid of the money. That's why, by the way, you often hear about drug dealers. They'll leave a briefcase full of money in a taxi cab. They'll actually lose it on the street.
Not enough
It's
energy.
because deep down inside, this money is so far beyond their self-concept that they just lose the money. They just forget it. Well, if you go 10% or more below your self-concept level of income, you engage in scrambling behaviors. You work longer hours, you work harder, you take additional training, you get interested in other jobs and second income opportunities. And once you get into your comfort zone, you stay there. As it happens, your comfort zone is about 40% below the amount that you actually need right now to be comfortable. This is a basic study. People have said, how much you earn today, how much would it take for you to be comfortable? They say basically about 40% more on average. Then I'd be comfortable, but then that would become your new comfort zone. If they ask you the question a year from now, what would it be? 40% more. No matter how much you earn, you just simply adjust your comfort zone. When I learned this, I realized that if I could raise my thermostat, my financial thermostat, I could increase my income. And that was the turning point. It enabled me to increase my income 10 times in the next 5 years, and 10 times in the next 5 years. And I've shared these ideas that we're talking about here today with lots of people, and they've done the same thing. Absolutely phenomenal. The critical thing was that no matter how hard you work on the outside, nothing will change if you don't change your comfort zone, your self-concept on the inside, which is what we will talk about doing, and we are talking about doing throughout this course. So, we know that your self-concept is made up of 3 parts. The first part, A, is your self-ideal. Your self-ideal is composed of your goals, your values, your aspirations, the qualities that you admire in yourself and others, your hopes, your dreams, and your visions. Now here's an important point. This is your ideal. This is the person you would ideally like to be at some point in the future. Your ideal exerts an enormous influence on the direction that you go in life, on what you do in the present to assure that you arrive there in the future. What we know is this, and I could spend an entire day on this, but we know that the critical word in here is clarity. Successful people are very clear about who they are and where they're going and what they want to go and what to do and what they want to accomplish. They're very clear. And as a result, this acts almost like a magnet, and it pulls them forward in the direction of making their ideal into their real. So the greater clarity you have about who you are and what you would ideally like to be and have and do sometime in the future, the more likely it is that you will move rapidly toward your goals, and your goals will move more rapidly toward you. What do we know about unsuccessful people? Is that they're very fuzzy about their ideals. In most cases, they have no ideals at all. They compromise whatever qualities they may espouse. They have no visions or goals. And if something else comes along, they go that direction or that direction. Successful people are crystal clear, and they move in a straight line toward being the very best person they can imagine being, and toward achieving the very best things that they can imagine achieving. So your self-ideal is very important. The second is your self-image. Your self-image is the way you see yourself and the way you think about yourself. It's often called your inner mirror. It determines how you perform on the outside. It's like you look into this mirror before you perform. If you see yourself as an outstanding sales professional, calm, confident, relaxed, positive, highly paid, then when you work and interact with clients, that's how you'll be. If you see yourself new and inexperienced and not knowing enough about your product, then that will come across. But it is what is going on the inside. And we know with self-image modification, if you change your mental pictures, about yourself, if you begin to visualize and imagine yourself as you would like to be, that mental picture is accepted by your subconscious mind as a blueprint or a command. And you act on the outside consistent with the mental picture. Here's a key point. If you have something important coming up, every time you think of it, visualize and imagine yourself calm, confident, relaxed, and the whole situation coming out perfectly. Before you go to bed at night, before an important day, the last thing you think about is you visualize and feed your mind with a picture of yourself performing at your very best. Then your subconscious mind takes that picture into the laboratory and works on it all night long. The next morning, next day, when you get out and you go into that situation, you'll find that you function beautifully. All top athletes, all Olympic athletes use these techniques all the time to train themselves, continually visualizing themselves at high levels of performance. Very important. C is your self-esteem. Now, your self-esteem
I don't have
is really the core of everything. Your self-esteem is how you feel about yourself. Your self-esteem is the reactor core of your personality. It's what determines your level of energy. It determines what kind of a person you are. People with high self-esteem are likable and personable. They get along well with other people. They feel good about themselves. They're seldom sick. They have high levels of energy. People with high self-esteem are the most desired and desirable people in our society. The two characteristics of high performance in selling are high self-esteem and high self-responsibility. And each one feeds the other. A person who has high self-esteem accepts responsibility for their life. A person who accepts a high level of responsibility has high self-esteem. And the very best definition of self-esteem is how much you like yourself. How much you like yourself. How much you like yourself as a parent. How much you like yourself as a sales professional. How much you like yourself as a spouse. How much you like yourself as a man or a woman. How much you like yourself in terms of physical fitness and health. How much you like yourself in terms of your income or your ability to speak or tell jokes or get along well with others. How much you like yourself. And we know that your overall self-concept is an average of your self-concept in all the areas of your life that you consider important. We also know that since you become what you think about, if you say the words, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. If you say, I like myself, your overall self-concept goes up. When your overall self-concept goes up, your levels of performance and effectiveness in each area of your life go up as well. The more you say, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, the better you do, the better you do, the more you like yourself. The more you like yourself, the better you do. The flip side of self-esteem is self-mastery, self-efficacy. The more and more you do, the better you like yourself. The better you like yourself, the more you do. And by saying, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, you actually build your self-concept up and you do better at everything you attempt. Try it. Say, I like myself. I like myself.
I like myself. I like
Now, when I
myself.
first learned this, I said, it can't be that simple.
I fucking love myself.
20, 50, 100 times a day. I like myself. I like myself.
I like myself. I like myself.
I think I can. I think I can. I know I can.
I think I can. I know I can.
Here's an interesting point. When you first say, I like myself, you may not like yourself.
I
When
do
you
like
first say, I like
myself.
myself, sometimes you feel a little bit funny inside. This was my experience. And then I studied in psychology, and I find that if you have old garbage stored in your subconscious mind, which says that you don't like yourself, or which is critical or skeptical of yourself, when the new message comes in, it creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, or two symbols clashing. A new old symbol and new clang. And the clang is a feeling of discomfort. Whenever you say something to yourself that is inconsistent with old garbage, you feel uncomfortable and a little bit like an imposter, like a fraud, like it's not
still
right.
recharging.
However, the words I like
need to get
myself
closer.
are perfectly good and perfectly true. And the more you like yourself, the better you do. And if you keep saying, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, you drive it deeper and deeper into your subconscious mind, and you like yourself more and more and more. And eventually, it overrides all the old negative messages. Remember, your subconscious mind does not think. It merely responds to your commands. Your subconscious mind is extraordinarily powerful, and its job
deals in all of
is to keep
Stormwind,
you
my friend.
consistent
Won't find any
on
better.
the
Now,
outside
what can I
with
help
your
you with?
commands on the inside. So if you say over and over again, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, it'll change your body language. Your subconscious mind will correct your body language and your tone of voice and your handshake. It will change your actions and reactions. You'll like yourself more, and when you like yourself more, you like other people more. And when you like other people more, they like you more. And so your life gets better and better. And everything that we do has to be aimed at increasing the amount at which we like ourselves. Why is it that we strive to be excellent in our fields? Because you can never be happy and you can never have high self-esteem if you feel inferior in your field. The absence of a commitment to excellence is an acceptance of mediocrity. When you become one of the top 10% in your field, you really like yourself. You feel good about yourself. People respect and esteem you and look up to you, and they ask for your advice. And your bosses respect and esteem you and want to take you out for lunch. And your customers like you and want to buy from you and recommend you to others. And you live in a beautiful home and you drive a nice car and you feel wonderful about yourself as a person. So the reason we strive for excellence is because excellence reinforces and supports our self-esteem. You can't have self-esteem all by itself floating in the air. You can't have high self-esteem detached from reality. You can't be a jerk and a failure and have high self-esteem. So what you do is you constantly, when you have goals, you have higher self-esteem. Because only people who have high self-esteem set high goals for themselves. So the very act of setting high goals creates what is called the reversibility effect. Is if people with high self-esteem set goals, and you want to have high self-esteem, you set goals, and it causes you to have high self-esteem. If people have high self-esteem, get along really well with others, then concentrate on getting along really well with others, and surprise, surprise, they will treat you well, and your self-esteem will go up. Everything is back and forth, windshield wiper. And your whole life must become a constant process of upgrading your self-esteem in every area of life that's important to you, and you will accomplish extraordinary things. And it starts by saying, I like myself. So number 7, the most powerful words in self-concept reinforcement are the words, I like myself. I like myself. If you tell your children, I love you, you're the most wonderful children in the world. If you tell your spouse that he or she is the most wonderful person in the world, they like themselves more. They like themselves more, they like you more. If they like you more, you like them more. You can actually dramatically enhance the quality of your relationships with the people around you by saying things to them that cause them to like and respect themselves even more. Because everything that you do that causes another person to feel better about themselves causes you to feel better about yourself. We are constructed by nature in the most remarkable way, is you cannot uplift another person without it simultaneously uplifting yourself. The flip side is also true. We cannot do something negative or say something negative about another person without tearing down ourselves as well. Shakespeare once wrote that the fragrance of the rose lingers on the hand that casts it. The fragrance of anything that you cast lingers on your hand. Number 8, there are 2 major obstacles to high performance. The first, A, is the fear of failure. The fear of failure is learned in early childhood when children are told over and over again, no, stop, don't, get away from there, stop touching that. Children hear the first word they hear over and over again is no, stop, no. Children are driven by instinct to touch and taste and smell and feel and get into everything. They're little kamikaze pilots. They have no sense of danger, nothing. And parents are always trying to protect them by saying, no, stop that, get away from there, leave that alone, put that down, now look what you've done. Children eventually, if they are verbally, emotionally, and physically disabused, begin to develop the feeling, I can't. I'm too small. Every time I try something, Mommy gets mad at me. They get angry with me. They shout at me. I can't. I can't. I can't. And as adults, whenever we're presented with a new opportunity, a new possibility, a book, a tape, a course, a job, a promotion, the first thing, I can't. I can't. Come up here and speak to the group. Oh, God, I can't. I can't. I can't. Just stand up and tell us how you got to where you are in your life. Oh, 54% of adults would rather die than speak in public. I can't. So whenever you're confronted with an opportunity to do something different, your natural response, which is taking you out of your comfort zone, I can't. We always feel this fear of failure in our solar plexus. It starts in the front of our body, and our solar plexus moves up through our stomach to our heart, our lungs, our throat. It can even give us headaches. It can cause our bladder to go loose and cause us to have to run and go to the bathroom. This fear of failure is terrible. And the way that you countermand the fear of failure, whenever you think of something that is fearful, you say the words which override these words. The words are, I can do it.
I can do it. I can fucking do
Tell your
it.
kids you can do it. Tell your spouse you can
I
do it.
can
Tell your
fucking
friends you
do
can
it.
Tell people who are looking at a new challenge, you can do it.
I
Start a
can
business, you
fucking
can do
do
Call on
it.
a big customer, you can do it. Just tell people
You can do it.
because
You
every
can
single
do
time
it.
You reinforce somebody else.
I
you
can
reinforce
fucking
your
do
own courage.
it. You can
What
do
is the
it.
word encourage? It is to instill courage into. When you encourage other people, you actually encourage yourself. And remember, fear is the big enemy. Our job is to get rid of this fear of failure. This fear of failure that holds us back and paralyzes us. Imagine if you weren't afraid of anything in the whole world, what a difference it would make. Imagine if you were guaranteed a success in anything. If somebody waved a magic wand and said, whatever you do from now on, you'll be successful. And you went out here and you could do anything, call on anybody, go anywhere, start anything, try anything, and you'd be successful. We don't realize how much of a role fear plays in our life until we think what we would do if we didn't have any. And B is the fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is the second big fear, and it's learned when children are told, you better or else. If you don't, you're going to be in big trouble. Now you're in trouble, and parents withdraw their love and affection from the child and express disapproval and anger for what the child does. And the child wants to get along and wants to be loved and needs love more than anything else. So children learn at a very early age, if you want to get along, you better go along. So they eventually stop doing what their parents disapprove of, and they start saying, I have to. I have to. I have to do what mommy wants. I have to do what daddy wants. I have to do what they approve of, or they won't love me. And then we become adults, and this goes unconscious, and it's programmed into our subconscious mind, and many adults become hypersensitive. They're hypersensitive to the opinions of others. They're hypersensitive to the criticism of others. I have to do this. I have to do that. If I don't do this, he won't like me. She won't like me. They won't like me. They'll disapprove of me. So therefore, we become hypersensitive. We have this fear of rejection, which is a fear of criticism. It's a fear of ridicule. It's a fear of disapproval. And we find that all successful people have to overcome these fears of failure and these fears of criticism, these fears of disapproval in order to move ahead in their lives. So what is the counter to the words I have to? It is, I don't have to. I don't have to. I can do anything I want to do, and I don't have to do anything I don't have to. One of the most important things we do in life is we begin to define ourselves in our own terms. What this means very simply is this, is you do what you do because you want to do it and because it's consistent with what you think is the best in your own life. And you don't do it or not do it because you're afraid of what others might think. Because what others might think is really quite irrelevant because it changes all the time anyway, and you cannot organize your life on it. I read Cyrano de Bergerac, the play by Edmond Rostand, some years ago. Cyrano is an extraordinarily individualistic, self-confident, outspoken man. Just a great, interesting man. Later on in the book, they ask him, they say, Cyrano, or in the play, Cyrano, why is it that you have always been so individualistic? You always have gone your own way. You've always been indifferent to the opinions of others. He said, well, he said, as a young man, I thought about this a lot, and I realized that the opinions of others were inconstant and constantly changing. So I resolved to follow the law of least resistance in this, that I would please at least myself in all things. And you know something? This is the height of rationality.
Yeah.
Because everybody else's opinion comes and goes and changes and is inconstant as the wind and the weather.
That's true.
Please at least yourself. If you have to doubt, you say, what do I want to do? What do I, me, really want to do? And don't sacrifice your life because of what you think
Rules are
that
made to
others
be
may
broken.
think. Because the fact of the matter is, if you knew how
people.
little others really thought about you, you'd be insulted. Don't ever sacrifice your life because of your concern with what you think others may think. Many people stay in bad relationships and bad jobs because why? Because they're afraid that others will be really upset if they leave. And when it finally reaches the point where they can't stand it anymore and they leave, and they turn and say, well, I've left that job or that relationship. And that person says, yeah, I wonder why you stayed there for so long. It's been obvious to everybody for years it wasn't working out. And you thought you would put on a great show, that you would really impress people, that nobody knew about this. Everybody knows. Here's the second rule. Remember I said people don't change? Rule number 2. Everybody knows everything.
Yeah, yeah.
If you believe that other people don't know everything, then you probably need some counseling. Everybody knows everything. And if they don't know, somebody will tell them very soon. So those are the things. I like myself. And here's the most wonderful thing, is that the more you like yourself, there's a direct relationship, a reverse relationship between self-esteem on the one escalator and your fears of failure.
Let me pause this real quick because I'm gonna lift some weights while the game's loading. Felt good. Yeah, baby, that feels good. That feels real good. Oh no, fuck. I might just do quick play again because rank takes so fucking long though. People dodge so much. They sold the bronze. Jinx God was in the lobby. Hey.
And rejection on the other. Is the more you like yourself, the less you fear failure. The more you like yourself, the less you fear rejection. The more you like yourself, the less fears you have. So when you say, I like myself, I can do it,
I like myself, I like myself.
When you talk to yourself in a positive way, you think, feel, and act in a positive and constructive way. 95% of your emotions at any moment are determined by how you talk to yourself.
Damn.
If you talk to yourself in a positive, constructive, dynamic way, I like myself, I'm the best, I love my work, I can do anything I put my mind to do. If you talk to yourself like that, then your self-esteem gets higher and higher, and your fears get lower and lower. It's not your fears will go away, but when you do have little fears, you confront them. You counterattack them. You charge at them with, first of all, taking charge of your mind, and then doing what it is you fear until the fear is gone. Right? All right. This is the key to high success. Number 9, there are 2 major traps based on fear. The first major trap, A, is called learned helplessness. Learned helplessness is a major mental illness that preoccupies 80% or more of Americans. We feel helpless. We can't change. We can't lose the weight. We can't increase our income. We can't get on top of our bills. We can't achieve financial independence. We can't sell more, earn more, do more, have more. We can't. I can't. And we just become so preoccupied with it, then we fall in love with our excuses. Richard Bach once wrote in one of his books, argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours. And most of us take the brief against ourselves and argue against ourselves in court. We prosecute ourselves and tell ourselves all the reasons why we can't do it, why we're helpless. But the fact is that you are not helpless, you are powerful beyond measure. Isn't that true? Say yes.
Yes.
And if you believe it to be true, it becomes true for you. B is the comfort zone. The comfort zone is the most dangerous of all. The comfort zone is what we slip into, and some people slip into a comfort zone when they're very young. In fact, there's been some interesting work done in the last few years on age. You know, sometimes people say, close your eyes, and here's a question. How old would you think you were if you didn't know how old you were? And you know something? Your mind is largely ageless. Your body ages, but not your mind. If you were divorced from your body, you wouldn't know how old you were. That's why people who have amnesia have no idea how old they were or anything. And sometimes a person who's 39 will think they're 29, so they act 29. So your comfort zone is very important. So they say, how old are you? Do you know how old you are? You are as old as your dreams. You're as old as your hopes and your flexibility. You're as old as your goals. And there are people who are 65 years old and they're dynamic and they're exciting and they're trying
True.
new things and they're learning to operate computers and they're taking up skiing and skydiving and scuba diving. And there are people who are 25 who are old.
Yeah,
Because they've
sure.
gotten into a comfort zone, and then what they do is they protect and defend and backpedal and shovel and so on. So, what is your comfort zone? And whatever it is, get yourself out of the comfort zone with bigger goals. And we'll talk about this. Bigger goals, bigger dreams, bigger visions. And whenever you see somebody else who's doing something well, you just say, why not me? I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. So finally, number 10, your goal is to become unstoppable. And since you become what you think about most of the time, how do you become unstoppable? What you do is you say, I am unstoppable. And whenever you feel like stopping, you catch yourself and you repeat, I am unstoppable. Say it, say, I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable.
And whenever you run into any difficulty of any kind at all, you just simply stop and say, wait a minute. I'm unstoppable.
I'm
I cannot be
unstoppable.
stopped.
I'm
You want to
fucking
stop me, you better
unstoppable.
bring a 357 Magnum and get the first shot in the first time, or I'll be all over you like fleas on a hound dog.
Damn.
I am unstoppable.
Like fleas
I've
on a
studied this for
hound
30 years, and
dog.
I've concluded that everything that we learn about the development of character and personality comes to a peak.
I'll be on you like fleas on a hound
Being the kind of
dog.
person that launches and refuses to stop until you darn well achieve what you want to achieve, right?
Damn
Be
right.
unstoppable. And the
I'm
more you like
unstoppable.
yourself, the more you persist. The more you like yourself, the less likely you are to stop. And you know what we have found is that people who don't stop eventually succeed greatly. And the number one reason for underachievement is people stop. Is that there's no limit on what you can accomplish if you're absolutely crystal clear about where you're going and you're crystal clear about who you are on the inside and you like yourself and you don't stop. But here's the most incredible thing. It takes tremendous self-discipline to do these things because every single force in our psyche pulls us back. And every time you persist, every time you use your discipline to persist, you increase your self-discipline. And every time you increase your self-discipline, you increase your propensity to persist. And every act of self-discipline and persistence raises your self-esteem because you like and respect yourself more.
Yeah.
Because you know you're the kind of person who didn't quit when others did. And when you
True.
like yourself more, it gives you greater discipline and greater propensity to persist. So all of these qualities, which are acts, behaviors that you do as a conscious result of willpower, you decide, by gum, that's what I want. By gum, this is who I am. By gum, that's where I'm going. And when you refuse to quit, you like yourself more and more, which makes it less and less likely that you'll ever quit. And you finally reach the point where people will say, well, she will never quit. If she says she's going to do it, she's going to do it.
Yeah, that's my fucking reputation. People are like, Dave's gonna be doing fucking videos for the rest of his life.
One thing I know about him is he will never.
Yeah.
never stop. When you get that kind of a reputation,
That's called my Instagram
not only
story.
is your great success materially guaranteed, but your happiness and your respect and esteem in life and with the people around you is guaranteed as well.
Oh, fuck.
You become one of the finest people in our society, and you did it because you
Oh, fuck.
made yourself. You
No.
sculpted yourself. You crafted your own personality. It wasn't done to you, or for you, or with you. You did it yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Which
I
causes
thought
you
that
to like
today.
yourself
I'm gonna be a
more,
self-made
which makes you
millionaire. I thought that
persist even
today.
more, which raises
I
your
fucking thought that
self-discipline,
today.
which makes you more likable and more personable person.
I fucking
And which
thought
makes
that
you more
exactly
successful in
today.
everything you do.
That's crazy.
An ally has been slain.
I like myself. I'm unstoppable. Oh, I think the video's over. Put some Lone Alpha on. That video was fucking dope. That was fucking great. Very good video. Fuck. Ooh.
An enemy has been slain.
I'm coming. Oh god. Okay. Tagged one. That was fun. Ooh, League is gonna change a lot next year. We have to watch that video. There's like, it actually looked kind of cool. There's like all types of new shit in the next season. It actually kind of excited me last night. Ugh. Oh my god. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, oh god, what's that? Fuck, I might be dead. That was a good storm, Alright, good, Senna saved me. Try to get some of this CS. Just rockets. But I have been doing like 3 videos a day for like fucking 5 or 6 years. I like people to know my work ethic. I haven't had a fucking day off in fucking 5 years. That is the reality of my work ethic. I really liked that video. Yeah, what is this shit? I want to listen to some music. Fucking go. Coming. Good job, that was really good. I miss you. Can I poke? I like myself. Nobody goes on until you say I'm yours. I'm mine to find you. Oh, I almost had enough money. Frick. Here, let me stay for the 300. It's worth it. Just 1 second. 3, 4. taken when I'm with you. Alright, they're like all mid. Alright, back off. Until you say I'm not. In your arms. Fuck. That Lux is actually landing some good, it's okay, I got out. Lux is pretty decent. I mean, Lux is a good champion. But that's a particularly pretty good Lux so far. But you just hang in. Oh, he did. You just try to hang in. You try to hang in. You try to hang in. Let's defend tower. Yeah, we have a kill lead. I haven't died yet. Okay, that was a little off. Oh, let me be careful. Oh, fuck. Oh, I tagged. Oh, that was a big miss. That was a big miss. Guess. Oh fuck, I gotta run too.
Ally has been slain.
Oh my god, they are all so low. Oh. I thought I had all. I'm stupid. Oh, maybe I almost did. Oh, you dudes. What are they building? Attack damage so far, nothing crazy. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. If we just hang in, there's a good chance we're gonna win this one. It's a good chance. Man, this, oh my god, this misfortune is a hoe. Damn. Jesus. Yeah, Lee Sin, back those motherfuckers off. Get that motherfucker. Alright, let me see if they just, let me see where she tries to port. I'm gonna throw it. YOLO. Oh, fuck! I should have waited! Oh, it might hit! It might hit! No! Fuck! Okay. That was like a really long YOLO. Fuck, I should have waited. Oh, he's still gonna clean up. He's gonna clean up. He's gonna clean up. Pretty good Herald. Pretty good Herald. Probably get a tower here.
An ally has been slain.
I really feel like playing StarCraft randomly. StarCraft or like fucking Diablo 4, but I already beat Diablo 4, but I thought maybe like try Druid. I don't know. Diablo 4 kind of sucked. Yeah, it kind of sucked. Got tower. Just checking. I think we're good. Okay, I'm coming. I'll probably go the back way. Just kind of baiting him a bit. We'll probably get this. Yeah. Good, we're securing the drags. That's beautiful. You love to see that. And they're disoriented. They're wasting their time. We got bot tower. Gonna help push mid. We could force a fight mid. Going routine top. This is a little, I'm gonna face check this. Nope. Watch this. Good job. Ooh. Faulting. Got one. Okay, back off. See, it's like going pretty much about as I predicted. I can usually just feel how the momentum's going. Yeah, we're gonna win this game almost certainly.
Ally has been slain.
I want to hear more Lone Alpha. We gotta go bot. Yeah, again, the scuttles.
Has been destroyed.
But I do like no damage.
An enemy has been slain.
We go here. Base. We put Lone Alpha playlist on. Kraken Slayer. Let's do standard build. From the top. In 3D. All from me. We both know how we'll go. It all feels the same inside my brain. If you could see what you do to me, I see you doing 3 years ago. Oh my god. I was feeling Lone Alpha too much. No. If you could see what you do to me. Oh, that was kind of sick. Oh, be careful. Wait, never mind. Get a speed boost. Make sure we get that. That's okay, that's okay. Got an inhibitor, that's fucking kind of worse. And then just keep building.
Shut down.
Might do some Valorant after this, or like, yeah. I wish there was like StarCraft 3, that would be so cool. Probably never happen. Someone tell me why the world's something out of that I don't need eyes on me, baby, let me dance. Oh fuck. I don't need eyes on me, baby, when we dance. Timo started that dragon too early. Feather. They're all men. Be told I like everything about you. With me, looking at the countryside. Overthinking now, text me. Gotcha, bitch. You every day. I should be feeling because the words it's so revealing. You're my heart, it's the ceiling. When I'm with you, can someone tell me? I don't need eyes on me, baby, when we dance. Hey. We're probably gonna win this really soon. We could go for Baron. I just wanna end. Yeah, we just end. We can watch the sunshine swim. Overthinking daily text you send my way. Somehow I'll be around you every day. Tell me how should I be feeling? Every little word just gets so revealing. Around you my heart hits the ceiling. When I'm with you, can someone tell me why the world's rushing at a glance? My don't need eyes on me, baby, when we dance. Got him. Dance with me. We could fight this. Got him. Oh. So baby, when we dance. Uh-oh. I did as much as I could. Got him stuck in the mines, did some autos. Come on, get some kills, get some kills. Come on, Echo. Come on, Echo, clean that up, clean it up. Never mind, get out of there. Ooh, nice Echo. Echo's good. That's not bad. Look, mid is literally, yeah, it's not terrible. I can just echo the sound, face to face. I can't take it away with you. Million. Oh. $42 for drinking. Possible. I'll keep on in here until you say I'm yours. In my mind, to find in your arms. The sun, the sky. Oh fuck, get him, get him, get him. Gas. Oh! Hey, I got the Garen. So he is like health and haste and health. That's why he pops so easily. He doesn't have like armor. I can't take it when I'm with you. Till you say I'm yours. Hey, yeah. The sky will wake up. I'm coming. This could be the fight. Oh, careful, careful. Yeah, all are good. We got it. I think we won. Look what's over. Look, I'm about to. Yeah, it's over. Watch. Got her. Yup. Oh my god, I'm insane. Oh, you're dead too. Oh, I went for it. It's okay. Look, we win. We fucking win. Imagine if my team would have been there. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with my level of godlike play. I understand. Shit, for me to expect other people to play at my level, that's expecting a whole fucking lot. You gotta be one in a fucking million. I like myself. I'm unstoppable. I like myself. Ooh, correct. Cool, we're just going through the games today. Easy dubs. This was ranked. This may put me back to silver 3. But I really don't care about rank anymore. We know I'm gold in my heart. Here, let me show that I'm gold. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come here, bitch. Watch this. Oh my god. Oh, that Lux has been doing the best stuns. Oh my god. I got wrecked. Lux is actually pretty good. We do little wrist rolls. Desert you. Can I get to know you for a day? Can I get to know you for a while? Love when you smile. Right along the Oh god, I can't see the cursor. Okay, I fucked up. That's okay. Oh, fuck it. Okay. We got wrecked there. Here, I actually gotta build, like, fucking penetration now. Let me think, let me think. Let's sell this. Let's build... Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a close one. They added so many comeback mechanics in League, but I mean, it's just part of the game now. Because we were like absolutely crushing them. But yeah, maybe the team just did stupid play. Alright, drag. We should definitely go for drag. Focus. Drag. Okay, let's mute the Lee Sin. I don't like listening to bitches. Like, just fucking focus. We actually could have won if the team would have been with me 2 team fights ago. Alright, get ready. Ulting. Okay. Okay, oh, we win, we win. We just won, I think. Watch this. Oh god. Oh, I didn't have flash. Oh, but she's dead though. She should be. Please be dead. Please. It's misfortune. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck? You just fine. Two at a time. Alright, 3 are down. You gotta be so they get a free Baron. Please again. Oh, this Garen must be dumb. I'm coming. Oh, we're probably gonna ult at this choke point. Sweet, let's not get hit by Keen again. Alright, we're caught up, we're caught up. Stupid ass Garen. Come here, bitch. Fucking idiot. Get wrecked. You're dead, you're dead. Yep, they lost. No way they win now. We're just gonna win right here. Look, it's over. And him. And watch, nothing they can do to prevent me from doing this. It's over. Good game. Watch, I'll block it off there. She fell in my mines. Now she's dead. I got that. I'll get Garen. I have armor pen now. Got him, and I won. Told you. Easy. Easy.
Hey, let's paint the sky. The colors rise and fall with fathom all our lives. Nine tails is too much for me.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some lunch.
That's all I need. The sky is far under me, 'cause I float with you, no gravity. We'll flourish, I'm by your side. It's too early to say goodbye. The courage I need tonight. We can dance with the stars and sky. Just 2 steps forward now, heading towards you now. Feel your pull on me, I can't explain, 'cause you're stuck inside my brain. 'Cause we're cosmic, baby, we can make this supersonic. If I'm honest, you and me, we just work, it's harmonic. Wish I could be what you see in me when I need to breathe. Hold my breath, there's no oxygen with me. We'll flourish, I'm by your side. It's too early to say goodbye. The courage I need tonight. We can dance with the stars and sky. Just 2 steps forward now, heading towards you now. Feel your pull on me, I can't explain, 'cause you're stuck inside my brain. Stand on the shore with my affection. It's just a simple of connection. I know I'm nowhere near perfection. At least I'm yours. We'll flourish, I'm by your side. It's too early to say goodbye. The courage I need tonight. We can dance with the stars and sky. We'll flourish, I'm by your side. We'll flourish, the courage I need tonight. Up at the break of dawn to see you, feeling the breeze, looking in Until the night, let's ride. Just you and I, the memories we find. Whenever I see you, I feel again. Yeah, I'm not passing through, I can't pretend. Because if it feels true, then this won't end. And the future seems so bright. So just go grab a souvenir and take a shot, we're out of here. And through my eyes it seems so clear. Keep riding through the night. So just go grab a souvenir. So just go grab a souvenir. Wait a minute, seen this before. Give me some more of that digital love. No, I can't get enough. Clip through the floor just to get more of that digital love. No, I can't get enough. That digital love, dream of your touch, like a king. But something tells me this can't be real. There's a rush, can't feel myself blush when I sing. But something tells me that's true. Can't feel it in the air, not like I care. Because I let the wind blow through my hair. Try not to stare. Even if I can't explain all the ways, past the days till they overlap. Take it back, I don't want it to end. Call you back, faded black, playing pretend like an arrow through my heart. Yeah, you had me from the start, and if I'm being honest, I think you're flawless. Wait a minute, seen this before. Give me some more of that digital love. No, I can't get enough. Clip through the floor just to get more of that digital love. No, I can't get enough. If it's virtual, refer to me the same. Never hurts to say that maybe you're to blame. If the worst of me is hidden out of frame, can't have it all. Aerial with a kickflip, going aerial, fair enough for the day with or without me. Everything you see isn't all of me, living in 3D. Start a new chapter, and everything will change. You'll be glad after. Wait a minute, seen this before. Give me some more of that digital love. No, I can't get enough. Clip through the floor just to get more of that digital love. No, I can't get enough. Leaving a blink, looking in my eyes, know what you think, and you won't look twice. You hear me synchronize and recognize that it's not paradise.
Alright guys, I'm back. I got some lunch. Does anyone, let's see. Let's refresh this. Refresh. Here, if anything, well, I got an idea real quick. Let me turn off display. Let's do window capture. And let's do Chrome like this. And wait, what if we just like drag it down? Okay. Then if I really want to be pro, watch, I'll go speakers. And then wait. Then I turn this to speakers. Oh, headphone speakers. Now, like, we could watch, while I eat, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video. We're gonna watch together. Ooh, let's watch this.
Tens of thousands of people looked at a cliff and went, "Yeah, I could jump that." Okay, well, I lived. We're good. You can actually live on this part here. Come fast, though. I got 28 seconds until it auto-targets me on Bop, so jump fast. Right on me. Ben, you're gonna live. Come to me. You have 10 seconds to jump. You got 10 seconds to jump. Come on. You got this. Do it. No.
I feel like we just run into the dungeon, but
It's this one, right?
yeah. We're gonna kill him.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure everyone was coming in. It didn't look like it.
It really didn't look like it. Where's the priest?
Any
Where's the priest?
shareable
Where's the priest? Where's the
quest?
priest? Where's the priest?
Oh my god. Is he in?
I went out. No, he's running into graveyard. Dude, bro, run in. Anywhere.
I just bopped him.
Alright. Oh my god, this guy.
Is he in?
I thought he did. Why is
He's
not
dead.
in?
He's dead.
What?
He's dead.
What?
Go run inside. Run inside.
What? What? He was in front of graveyard. What? Locked. He was locked. No way, man.
Is it bad if I just instantly start?
Dude.
No, we pulled the fucking boss. Throw it down. Throw that. Oh my god. Got him fucking. Dude. Throw it down me. Throw it down.
I threw one. Oh shit.
Bro, where's my fucking heals?
No. Boy, you almost died.
Pumping.
What is the healer doing?
That's scaring me right now.
Holy shit.
That was super close.
Oh, dude,
my
like
fucking
2 HP.
Vale, a ver. Vale.
¿Tiramos piedrita o algo?
Me cago en 10. Bueno, están spawneando. Bueno. No puede ser.
Otra vez. Ah, no, sí, verdad.
Nosotros.
Buah, ahí spawnean más. Vámonos. Pongo un muñeco a aliarnos.
Vale. Han bastoneado.
¿Cura?
Pongo un muñeco también. Correr, chicos, correr.
Buah, han spawneado aquí, Han spawneado aquí. Buah.
Me voy a morir también.
Pongo un muñeco. Sí, morimos.
No puede ser. Sí, no puede ser. Yo me muero.
Me morí.
Me han stuneado. Morimos.
No me lo puedo creer, tío.
No me lo creo.
Savix, Guzu needs you to lend him money for WoW subscription. He went broke on Pokemon's donation. I don't think he watches Pokemon anymore. Oh, the boat is here on time. If he is, that's pretty questionable, I'm saying. Are you drinking vodka? Yes, I'm drinking vodka at 11 a.m. in the... Careful in Ashenville, I died there yesterday to the Warlock, they hyperspawn. I don't think I can die questing anymore, chat. I think we're too experienced with questing. The only way I die is when I do like solo dungeons or in a dungeon, probably. Or if I mock or armor. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Coming to Darsha, don't take the boat? Okay. Thank you. I heard that many times. Okay, but what are my last deaths, chat? Think about it. Think about it. I died doing what I love, which is soloing dungeons. It's challenging.
Okay, yeah. I am ready to press heal on you. I have NSF.
You have 40 seconds to log in and click on the portal.
So
okay,
I will do.
Log in.
Log in now. Dude, oh, Hellstone and potion, bro. Oh. I'm pumping you all I can. Oh. It's good you have Totem King, bro. Holy shit.
Okay, so it wasn't the adrenaline, it was still the flame debuff.
Yeah, so you could have definitely have petried that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that is true. It's okay. Totem King got you, boys. No problem.
This is cold red. Oh! I'm actually gonna die, dude. Where did he come from? That has to be the worst timing.
Hvordan vil I bruge den her weak aura til lava jumping? Nej, ikke sådan der.
Du skal jump omkring pletten eller hvad?
Alright, I'm back, guys. Let me get the headphones going.
Yes, that's great. Yes.
Headphones.
God!
Headphones.
Nej!
Nej!
Nej.
Stop.
Ja.
Mega rip.
Mega rip.
That was pretty good. Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. All right, let's figure out what we're gonna play. What are we playing next, rather? Got my league fix. Yeah, I'll save the replay. Let's do more Warcraft for a little bit. Well, let's close Blitz. Let me see if it's on. Yeah, it's loaded.
Best deals in all of Stormwind, my friend. Won't find any better. Now, what can I help you with? Not ready yet.
Where is it ye would like to go, lass? For just a few coin, my griffins can get ye there faster than even the swiftest horse.
All right, I'm gonna go brush my teeth. Be right back. I'm coming back. Oh, it's still flying anyway. Perfect. Perfecto.
That ability is not ready yet. I can't do that yet.
Oh, she's kind of cool looking.
Not ready yet.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
People who are going to be really successful in the future are willing to make sacrifices in the present in order to guarantee that future. And by sacrifices, we mean they're willing to put in the long hours. They're willing to get up earlier. They're willing to work harder. They're willing to stay later. They're willing to invest and save their money, even though they don't have a lot, knowing that with compound interest, it will grow and grow over time. They're willing to spend an enormous amount of time investing in their children, knowing that this investment in their children, in time and love and affection and support, will pay off for decades and generations, even into the lives of their children and their grandchildren. So sacrifice is the critical word, and sacrifice means that you have the ability to discipline yourself. You have the ability to delay gratification in the short term so that you can enjoy far greater rewards in the long term. We say that self-discipline is self-control. It's self-mastery. Now, the payoff for practicing self-discipline is immediate. People think, well, geez, you know, I get these rewards way down in the future. No. There's an immediate reward. There's a wonderful line in spiritual development that said, you are not punished for your sins, but by them. In other words, there are things that you do that are harmful to you that cause immediate detriment. But you're also rewarded for the good things that you do, and you're rewarded immediately. So what we know is when you practice self-discipline, you actually like and respect yourself more. And you know, and I know, that how you feel about yourself on a minute-to-minute basis. Do you feel that you're a good person? Do you feel that you're a likable person, a successful person? The more you like yourself and respect yourself and value yourself on a minute-to-minute basis, the better is your attitude, the better is your reaction to other people. You just feel happy inside. And wonderfully enough, when you practice self-discipline, when you exert yourself to do what you know you should do, even though there's endless temptations to do something fun and easy, when you discipline yourself to do it, your self-esteem goes up. You actually like yourself more. Your self-image improves. You actually see yourself as a better person. And of course, as you know, your self-image determines your performance. The person you see in your mind will be the person that you will be on the outside. And the wonderful thing is when you practice self-discipline, especially in exercise, for example, but even in hard work, your brain releases endorphins. And endorphins are called nature's happy drug. And it actually makes you happy to practice self-discipline, to take control of yourself and make yourself do the right thing and complete it. You feel good about yourself in the moment. And of course, the effect that it has on your future can be tremendous. Now, fortunately, self-discipline is a habit that you can learn with practice and repetition. If you do something over and over again, you eventually develop a habit. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is successful people have success habits. And the most important success habit they have is the ability to make themselves do what they know they should do at this time. And wonderfully enough, if you practice it over and over again, it finally locks in. Now, many people get into the habit of taking the easy way out, looking for shortcuts and so on. So they actually get into a comfort zone of doing things that are harmful to their long-term future. And they actually feel uncomfortable completing tasks or starting on their most important job. However, when you get into a new comfort zone, it will be easier for you to practice the habit of self-discipline than it would be in the past for you to take the shortcut. Goethe, the German philosopher, once said that everything is hard before it's easy. everything is hard before it's easy. So developing the habit of self-discipline is hard. And be patient with yourself, because you slip back all the time. All your life, you'll be slipping back. All your life, you have to fight this battle. You never get it to the point where it's locked in forever. Every morning you get up and that alarm goes off and you say, do I sleep a little longer or do I get up? You know, every time you look at a list of things to do, you say, do I start with the most important thing? As they say, do the worst first. Or do I do something that's fun and talk to a friend or make a phone call? You've got to fight this battle every single day. But every time you fight and win, you feel better about yourself. It only takes about 21 days, they say, to develop a new habit. So you can lock in the foundation of the habit simply by practicing self-discipline every single day without exception for 21 days. Now, some years ago, a businessman named Herbert Gray did a long-time study, it was kind of his project, to find out what he called the common denominator of success. What would be the common denominator of success? And he spent 11 years studying the literature, interviewing people, reflecting on it, and he finally wrote a little pamphlet. And the pamphlet has been handed around for years and years, and you don't need to get it because I'll tell you what's in it. He said the common denominator of success was quite simple. He said successful people, he found, make a habit of doing what unsuccessful people don't like to do. And of course the logical question is, well, what is it that unsuccessful people don't like to do? Well, it turned out to be the same thing that successful people don't like to do either, but they do it anyway because they recognize that that's the price of success. A simple thing like exercising, going for a run or a walk at the end of the day. Well, do people like to do this? Do we look forward to exertion and perspiration and sweating and strain and everything else? No, we don't look forward to it, but we do it because we recognize that this is the price of looking, feeling fit, trim, living a long life, taking good care of our bodies, and so on. So remember, the same things that unsuccessful people don't like to do are things you don't like to do either. Many years ago, I met Rich DeVos personally. You know, Rich DeVos is the founder of Amway, started off selling soap from door to door, and now he's worth about $5.3 billion according to Forbes. And he was asked a question. He said, well, you know, how do you get over the fact that it's hard to prospect, it's hard to recruit,
I believe
it's hard to build a business, it's hard to come home after work and work on building your business? He said, you just have to understand this. There's lots of things in life that you don't like to do. And you'll never like to do them. There's lots of hard things that contain stress, and they contain rejection and potential failure and hard work and so on. He said, but you do them because you want to do the other things. And it is only by doing the things that you don't want to do that you can finally create the opportunity to do all the things that you want to do for yourself and your family. And again, it comes back to our favorite word, sacrifice. Being willing to pay the price in the present to enjoy the great rewards in the future. Now, there are 9 disciplines that you can develop that we'll talk about today. There are 9 disciplines that you can develop that will improve every area of your life. And here's a rule. Every exercise of discipline in any area strengthens disciplines in every other area. Just as if you work out with your whole body, it strengthens all your muscles, your heart, your lungs, and so on. Every weakness in discipline also weakens your other disciplines as well. So every time you exert yourself to discipline yourself, to make yourself do something, to control and master your natural tendency to seek the line of least resistance, every time you master that tendency, you become stronger and better, and you strengthen your ability to discipline yourself. And
I use the money for
so the first discipline
fireworks at least
is the discipline of clear thinking versus you know, sometimes you've heard me ask, what is the highest paid work in America? What's the most important work in any job or any company? And the answer is thinking. And you know the old saying that some people think they think, and the great majority would rather die than think. But the discipline of clear thinking is the most important because the way you think, the quality of your thinking determines the quality of your decisions and choices. Your decisions and choices determine the actions you take. The actions you take determine your results. Your results determine the quality of your life. And it all starts with your thinking clearly. Thomas Edison once said that thinking is the hardest discipline of all. It requires real effort to think because, especially today, we are so surrounded with distractions. I'm always amazed when I go down the street or fly or drive as people seem totally immersed in listening to things. They've got devices in their ears and stuff on their cell phone. They're listening to music in their car. They're watching television.
They all
simply
fun.
cannot
Green.
stop bombarding their mind with sensory input. And of course, when you're doing that, it is impossible for you to think well. To think well requires that you practice a couple of techniques. Now, first of all, as Peter Drucker said, you need to take time to think. You need to create long, unbroken chunks of time. The rule is that fast decisions are usually long decisions. Especially fast decisions involving people or money are usually wrong decisions. So if you're going to make a decision that has long-term consequences, then you have to give it a long thought. You have to sort of look at it.
And skinning.
Look at it from every single side. And think about it carefully. And the more carefully you think about a decision, the better the quality of that decision will be when you finally
you make it the basket after the free throws and then do it.
If I just thought about that a little bit more, I wouldn't have done it. Or if I just thought a bit better, or I just taken time to think. The superior people, through experience and through painful experience, learn to take their time in making important decisions. So one of the very best ways that you can develop the discipline of clear thinking is to sit in solitude for 30 to 60 minutes.
I never want to push that.
It's a issue in your life. Solitude has been discovered and rediscovered throughout all the history of man as the most powerful of all thinking tools. You see, if you can imagine a bucket of water with silt in it, and it's all churned up and you can't see anything, if you leave the bucket of water to sit for a while, all the silt will drop to the bottom and the water will become perfectly clear. This is what happens for you in solitude. If you sit calmly by yourself with no noise, no distractions, nothing to read, just sit quietly, which takes tremendous discipline the first few times you do it, at about 25 to 26 minutes your mind goes clear. And any problem that you've been working on, the solution just pops into your mind. Any issue that you've been dealing with, the answer just comes to you. It's almost like a miracle. When you practice solitude, you actually activate your superconscious mind and your intuition. And something that you've been having trouble with or wrestling with suddenly becomes clear and you know exactly what to do. Now, here's the wonderful thing about solitude. Everybody who practices it will tell you it's incredible. And if you've never done it before, just practice it once. Sometime today, take 25, 30 minutes, take an hour if you can, and just sit quietly by yourself and allow your mind to calm. Sometimes it's called mind calming. Just allow yourself to calm down and think. And the most amazing things will happen. You'll start to make better decisions. You'll start to hear what is called the still, small voice within. And the still, small voice sometimes will shout at you so loudly, you will be amazed. Now here's another way to think better. When you're dealing with any kind of a situation, write down every detail of the problem or situation. Take a sheet of paper, and the rule is think on paper, and write down every detail. How it happened, what's going on, the problems, the concerns, the cost, who's involved. Just write it down. And the most amazing thing happens between the head and the hand. As you're writing out all the details, sometimes exactly the right choice pops out at you. It becomes clear, but you would not have triggered that superconscious solution if you hadn't taken the time to think on paper. You know, Aristotle once said that wisdom, which is the greatest of all human desires, wisdom is the ability to make good decisions, is a combination of experience plus reflection. Experience plus reflection. In other words, you have an experience and then you reflect on that experience and you think about what does that experience mean to me? How can I use that? What can I learn from it?
Oh my God.
So reflecting on your experiences, and the best way to do that is to go for a walk. Just going for a walk where you can't listen to anything, don't take an iPod or anything, just go for a walk, 30 or 60 minutes, and just walk. And while you're talking and reflecting upon something that's going on at work or at home, you'll be amazed at the quality of ideas that are coming into your mind. To improve your thinking, talk it over with someone else who you like and
Translate pants or like them said I sold these for.
Ask them to give you their feedback, give you their perspective. Sometimes, especially if you're in a great relationship, the other person can give you a perspective that completely changes your ideas. A good way to think better is to ask, especially if you're frustrated or having difficulties, to ask, what are my assumptions? What am I assuming about this situation that may not be correct? What if my basic assumptions about this relationship, about this job, about this product or service or this investment, what if my assumptions were wrong? Then what would I do? And here's the key to good thinking. Be open to doing something completely different. Be open to admitting the possibility that you could be wrong and doing something completely different. And what that does is it opens up your mind and your perspective so you can see all kinds of possibilities that you may not have seen before. So clear thinking is the first discipline, and it is the discipline practiced by the most successful, happiest, and wealthiest people in our society. Now, the second major discipline, my old friend, is the discipline of daily goal setting. The discipline of daily goal setting will change your life. Why? Is well, we know that focus and concentration are essential to success. There are some skills that are helpful to success, but focus and concentration are indispensable. If you cannot focus and you cannot concentrate, then you have to work for someone else who will make you focus and concentrate, who will supervise you. The ability to focus, to be clear about what you want, and then to concentrate single-mindedly on achieving it are both habits or disciplines that you can learn through practice. So you start off in the discipline of daily goal setting. You start off and you ask this question. And this is the big question. What do I really want to do with my life? What do I really, really, really want to do with my life? Why am I here? If I could do anything at all, what would I want to do with my life? And there's a great question that you can use to clarify this. Most people think in a very fuzzy way about what they want to do with their life because they're preoccupied with all of their problems in life. So what you do is you remove all your problems by asking yourself this question. Imagine that I received $10 million cash today, tax-free, in the bank. But at the same time, I got a diagnosis from the doctor that said that you're going to die in 10 years. You'll have superb physical health for 10 years, but you're going to die in 10 years. So if you had $10 million in the bank, which means you had no financial worries, and you had 10 years to live, what would you really want to do with your life? What would you do more of or less of? What would you start up or what would you stop completely? What would you get into or get out of if you had $10 million and 10 years to live? Just imagine that for the moment, because most people, again, as I said, become preoccupied with their limitations, with what they don't have, and it holds them back from deciding what they really, really want. Now, the next thing you do is take a spiral notebook, and I carry a spiral notebook around with me all the time. Take a spiral notebook and write down 10 goals that you'd like to accomplish in the next 12 months or so. Write your goals in the present tense as though they already existed. Don't say, I will earn X number of dollars in the next 12 months. Write them down as though you are already earning it. Say, I earn X number of dollars in this year. I always write the words by at the end of every goal. I earn X number of dollars by December 31st, 2007. I achieved this goal by June 30th, 2008, and so on. So when you give your subconscious mind a deadline, it works on it 24 hours a day. When you write down a goal, make sure it's positive. Don't say, I will quit smoking. Say, I am a non-smoker. Don't say, I will lose weight. Say, I weigh X number of pounds. And when you give your subconscious mind a command in the present tense that is contrary to your current situation, your subconscious mind goes to work to resolve this dynamic tension and make your external reality consistent with your new orders, your new commands, your new goals. And finally, always write your goals in the personal tense. Use the word I, because only you in the whole universe can use the word I relative to yourself. You use the word I. You say, I earn, I drive, I achieve, I acquire, I accumulate, I live in. In other words, always follow the word I plus an action verb. Then you take a spiral notebook and you write down at least 10 goals. You can work on 10 to 15 goals at a time, but never less than 10. Your subconscious and superconscious mind are incredible power, so give them lots of stuff to work on. And then, what you do is every single day, you write down and rewrite your goals. Every single day, you take out your spiral notebook and write down your goals once more. And I get out every morning before I start off, I plan my day, and then I write out my 10 goals. Every morning before you start out, you reprogram your subconscious mind and then start your day. My promise to you is this. If you will do this for 1 month, actually 21 days is good enough, your whole life will change. You'll see changes that are astonishing. People come up to me at every single seminar and say, it was incredible. I started to write my goals every day. I accomplished 8 of them in 6 months. I accomplished 5 in a week. I accomplished most of them within 12 months. It's transformed my life. So all I ask you to do, if you're not already doing it, is give it a try. Now the third discipline is the discipline of daily time management. And of course we know that. The rule is that every minute spent in planning saves 10 minutes in execution. So disciplining yourself to plan your day thoroughly before you begin will save you at least 10 minutes for every minute you spend in planning, and according to the research, it will increase your productivity by 25 to 50%, maybe even double your productivity for every day that you plan. You see, if you're not working from a plan, then you just respond and react to whatever's going on. Somebody comes in, phone rings, there's an interruption or a problem, and you're off and running. So if you have a plan, you just keep working the plan. It gives you a track to run on, so you just keep working your plan. Begin the discipline of daily time management by making a list. Start off with a sheet of paper, again, think on paper, and write down everything you have to do in the course of the day. The very best time to make this list is the night before. If you do this, then your subconscious mind works on your plan all night long, and you often wake up in the morning with great ideas to implement your plan. Then you organize your list by priority before you begin. You don't just jump into it. Use the 80-20 rule that says that 20% of the items on your list will account for 80% of the value. Which are the most valuable? This is the hardest of all disciplines to learn. It's the essence of my teaching worldwide. It is the key to supercharging the quality of your life and your results. If you can start every morning with a list organized by priority and start on your number one task and stay with it till it's done, you will supercharge your life. You will release endorphins in your brain that causes you to feel great. You will motivate yourself and energize yourself and propel yourself into all your other tasks. You'll get twice as much done on any day where you start and complete your major task first thing than on any other day. The discipline of time management is then spread to all your other disciplines. When you can demonstrate each morning that you have the self-control, self-mastery, self-discipline to start and complete your most important task, you just feel fabulous about yourself. Now the fourth discipline is the discipline of courage. And it goes back to what we said earlier. Force yourself to do what you know you should do, especially in the area of courage. The biggest obstacle to success, in my estimation, the estimation of the psychologist, is the fear of failure. It's the fear that it won't work out. It's the fear of loss of time or money or emotion. It's fear that goes back to early childhood. And the only way we can succeed is by overcoming this fear. And this fear is captured in the words, I can't. I can't. What about this? What about that? What about this? Fully 80% of the population is paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake. And why? Because in growing up you make lots of mistakes and you didn't like the feel of it. So eventually you become conditioned to avoid taking any risk at all. So you have to overcome this in order to realize your potential. But what we know is that courage, the courage to face fears, is a habit, and it's developed with practice. Just like typing with a typewriter or riding a bicycle, you can actually develop the habit of courage by practicing courage whenever courage is required. Aristotle wrote about this in his Nicomachean in 350 BC. He said, if you desire to have a quality that you don't have, act in every instance where the quality is called for as though you already had it, and you will have it. So, as Ralph Waldo Emerson said, do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. What he said was to confront your fears. The natural human tendency is to avoid a fear-causing or fear-inducing situation. Most of our fear problems seem to be bundled up with other people, by the way. It's confronting a boss, it's confronting a bad relationship, sometimes it's confronting a prospect, cold calling, going out and calling on customers, and facing rejection and failure and embarrassment and so on. But confronting that fear, instead of avoiding it, just do it. So the reason you want to confront your fears is not because of the incident. Specifically, it's because of what it does for your character. You want to demonstrate to yourself that you can face down a fear and look it square in the eye, and suddenly, surprise, surprise, it goes away. And you realize that the fear was in your own mind. Now here's the most wonderful thing about overcoming fears. If the fear of failure is summarized with the feeling, I can't, Psychologists have found you can actually short circuit or override the fear by saying to yourself very strongly, I can do it. 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 So whenever you're afraid of anything, talking to somebody, confronting someone, dealing with something, say to yourself over and over again, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And then just do it. And you'll be amazed if fear disappears. It's almost like, poof, it's gone. So the key is, you're looking at that telephone, to pick up the phone, to cold call, to prospect, just say to yourself, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Pick it up and dial. And suddenly the fear disappears. And you do this repeatedly, and eventually you develop the habit of courage. So here's an exercise for you. Identify one fear situation in your life today, and use that as your challenge. Use that as your test case. You say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to face this fear down. I'm going to hammer it. I'm going to smash it. I'm going to look it right in the eye. I'm going to deal with it direct, head on, like a car hitting a wall, until the fear's gone. And once you've done that, you'll look up and you'll be a different person. For the rest of your life, you'll know that nothing that you're afraid of can stop you. Now, the fifth discipline is the discipline of excellent health habits. Your goal should be to live to be 100 in sound physical health. Today, the average lifespan in America is approaching 80, which means 50% of people will die above that, and 50% of people will die below. Since you are smarter than the average, you're more knowledgeable, you're better informed, you're probably going to smash that average and live to be 90, 95, 100 years old. So set 100 as your goal, and say to yourself, okay, I want to live to be 100 in great shape. What would I have to do? What kind of shape would I have to be in? What kind of life would I have to live physically in order to get there? So, first of all, design your ideal body. If your ideal body was perfect, in other words, weight, fitness, tone, stretch, flexibility, and everything, if your body was perfect, what would it look like? And make a list of all the things. Remember, when you were a child, your body was perfect. And if your body's not perfect now, it just means that maybe you've forgotten to do a few things, or you've done a few things you shouldn't have done. So start off with a clear picture of your perfect body and recognize that that is possible for you. Now, the key to physical health has always been contained in the 5-word formula. Eat less and exercise more. Eat less and exercise more. Every single person who studies the subject, and now more and more people realize that the key to success is to eat less and exercise more, and to exercise every day. So discipline yourself to exercise daily. The very best time, of course, is in the morning. If you get up in the morning and exercise immediately, even if it's just stretching or going for a walk or riding a life cycle or walking on a treadmill, it doesn't matter what it is. If you get up in the morning and exercise immediately, not only will your body continue to burn calories all day, not only will you be more alert, because you'll have highly oxygenated blood flooding your brain first thing in the morning, but you'll develop the discipline of starting on something that you would normally not want to do and getting it done, getting it out of the way. The more times I read about wealthy people, successful people, top business people, it's amazing how many of them get up at 5 o'clock and work out for an hour. It's absolutely astonishing. Over and over again, you see their daily routine is they get up at 5 or 5:30 and they work out for an hour before they start planning and organizing their day. If you can discipline yourself to do that, it'll have an enormous impact on your life. Also, when you exercise first thing in the morning for 30 to 60 minutes, your brain releases endorphins, which, as I said, make you happy. They make you feel exhilarated, make you feel more creative, more positive. You'll feel more personable. You're more eager to get to work, and so on. So morning exercise just starts you off with a fantastic mental and physical condition. Now, to get rid of any extra weight that you might have, just eliminate the 3 white poisons. The 3 white poisons are anything that has flour in it, white flour, wheat flour, any kind of flour, makes you overweight. It sticks to your gut, to your hips, and to your thighs. Eliminate sugar and any sugar products. Eliminate desserts, eliminate donuts, eliminate soft drinks. Don't eat things with sugar in it, and eliminate salt. Don't put any salt on your food. There's plenty of salt in everything you do. I ran into a friend of mine recently who lost 20 pounds. I looked at him. He was just swaying. I mean, his suit jacket was swaying back and forth like a tent on a tent peg in the wind. I said, geez, I said, you've lost a lot of weight. I said, how did you do it? He said, I tried everything. I exercised. He said, I walked. I tried everything. He said, I finally stopped eating anything white. I stopped eating flour, foods, sugar, and salt. He said, dropped 22 pounds in 60 days. Never came back. And I've had people tell me that all over the world. So if you can discipline yourself to only eat fruits, vegetables, and proteins, no pasta, no bread, no rolls, no cakes, no desserts, no Cokes, no Colas, and no salt. If you can just do that, you'll see yourself losing weight from the first day. Some people will lose 3 or 4 pounds in the first week that they stop adding salt to anything. And then, of course, drink lots of water. Drink 8 glasses of water a day, and what that does is it washes all the impurities out of your system. Very simple. Eat more salad. And here's a real kicker. Eat before 6 p.m. at night. Eat salad, eat light, and eat before 6 p.m. Everything you eat after 6 p.m. you accumulate. Everything you eat before 6 p.m. burns up before you go to bed. Don't eat within 3 hours of going to bed. Just eat a light or medium light at dinner, salad with a little bit of protein before 6 p.m. or at 6 p.m. and you'll be astonished. The next morning, you'll be thinner. It's absolutely remarkable. 2 more things, by the way, with regard to health. First of all, get regular medical and dental checkups. People often don't go to the dentist or the doctor until they need to. I find that it's false economy. Especially if you're over 40, you should have a complete medical every single year. And you should have regular dental checkups at least twice a year. If you're in business of any kind, you should have 4 visits to the orthodontist to clean your teeth every single year so that your teeth are really clean. They found there's a direct relationship between gum health and the health of your whole body. So with regard to self-discipline, just remember the Michael Jordan motto, just do it. If you think it's a good idea, do it. Get on with it. Don't waste time. Don't make excuses. Now, the 6th discipline is the discipline of regular saving and investing. One of the greatest goals that we have in life is to be financially independent. One of the greatest worries we have in life is our bills and our debts. The greatest fear we have in life is poverty or ending up our life with no money. So the very act of starting to provide for yourself financially transforms your thinking about yourself and your life. It makes you a happy person. So set a goal of financial independence. Decide that by gum, I'm going to become financially independent. And resolve to get out of debt and stay out of debt. I've worked with countless people who have become financially independent, started from nothing. And one of the things that they had was an aversion to debt. They hated debt. They avoided debt. The only debt they would accept would maybe be debt on a mortgage on the house that they live in. Maybe debt on a car. But even then, they don't like debt. And other than that, they avoid debt like the plague. So to get out of debt and stay out of debt, you have to discipline yourself. Now, here's an interesting point, and I learned this from one of the smartest money managers I ever met. He said, when we're young, we associate money with pleasure. We get our first allowance and we go and we spend it on candy. And we think that when we have money, we go and we spend it on candy or things that make us feel good. Now, when we become adults, whenever we think of getting a lot of money, our first thought is spending it on something that makes us happy. If you go to a tourist resort where people are on vacation, having a good time, they're just lined street after street after street of knickknacks and gadgets and junk. Because people, when they're happy, associate going out and buying stuff. However, what this does is it keeps you broke all your life. So what you do, and this is what he told me, is you rewire yourself. You kind of pull out one wire and re-plug it in, and you say, instead of saying, I like spending money, you say, I like saving money. And you begin to think of how much you enjoy having money in the bank. How much you enjoy saving, how much you enjoy delayed gratification, how much you enjoy the idea of moving toward financial independence. And when you develop the habit of being happy about saving money, you start to find yourself more and more careful with your expenditures. Now, you know the rule for financial independence is to save 10, 15, 20% of your income throughout your life. And as your income grows, keep saving more and more and investing it, putting it away. As Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. So putting your money away in well-chosen mutual funds, money market funds, index funds, and just letting it grow over time. Don't worry about the stock market going up and down. The average increase in the U.S. stock market for the last 100 years has been 8 to 10% each year, taking good years and bad years into consideration. So your job is to save 10, 15, 20% of your income. Now, for most people, because they're in debt, they just discard that completely. Their mind shuts down. So here's what I say, is develop the habit of saving 1% of your income. If you make $2,000 a month, that means you save $20. You go down to the bank and you open up a financial freedom account. And you put in $20 from the first paycheck you get that month. And then you discipline yourself to live on the other 99%. Once you're comfortable living on 99%, then you increase it to 2%. And 3% and 4%. Within a year, you'll have developed the habit of living on 85 to 90% of your income and automatically saving the balance. You can even have the amount deducted from your paycheck, so it disappears and you never see it. Your paycheck goes into the bank, and the amount is automatically deducted into your savings account or into an investment account. Soon, you develop the habit of living on less than you earn. And you change your thinking from I enjoy spending to I enjoy saving. A key way to save your money is to delay and to defer major purchase decisions. You'll find that if you think about buying a car, or a washing machine, or a stereo set, or a new computer, if you think about it for 30 days, in many cases you won't do it at all, or if you do it, you'll make a better decision. One of the smartest things of all is to buy things that are used rather than things that are new. Do you know that millionaires never buy new cars? Millionaires never buy new cars. According to the studies by Stanley and Danko in The Millionaire Next Door, is they wait and they buy a car that's 2 years old. It's coming off lease, or that's been driven for 2 years and somebody's trading it in, and it's still under warranty for 3 years. And you can even get extended warranties on many cars where they'll go back and clean it all up and give you another 5 years on a 2-year-old car. But what have you done? You save $10,000 or $20,000 on a car. And what do you do with that money? You put it away and let it grow with compound interest. If all you did was buy a used car every 5 to 8 years, drive it until it falls apart, and then buy another one, the money you'd save from buying new cars can make you rich. It can accumulate with compound interest into hundreds of thousands of dollars by the end of your working lifetime. If you're going to invest, the rule is investigate before you invest. My friend Ken Fisher of Fisher Investment says that 2/3 of all investing is avoiding making mistakes. Let me repeat that. 2/3 of all success in investing or business is avoiding making mistakes by making the wrong decisions or by making decisions too quickly. So if you're going to invest in anything, the rule is spend as much time investigating the investment as you spent making the money. You'll find that quick investment decisions are invariably poor investment decisions. Only invest in things that you know and understand. Don't invest in somebody else's idea or scheme or business. Only invest in things that you know. Number one rule is don't lose money. Whatever you do, don't lose money. If there's a possibility of losing a little bit of money and you do it, you're probably going to lose a lot. So be very careful. Once you earn the money, hold on to it. There's a Japanese proverb that says, making money is like digging in the sand with a pin. Losing money is like pouring water on the sand. It's easy to lose money, but it's hard to make and keep it. It's the most important discipline of all. Another discipline is to pay cash as often as possible and for as much as possible. Get rid of all your credit cards except for one and only use that one when you have to. The very act of paying cash really hypersensitizes you to how much it's costing and causes you to spend less money. W. Clement Stone once said, if you cannot save money, the seeds of greatness are not in you. The primary reason why you save your money and accumulate it carefully is because it gives you two things. First of all, it gives you freedom. You know you've got money in the bank. If you don't like your job, you can walk away from it because you've got money in the bank. But the second thing it gives you is opportunity. If an opportunity comes along, you're prepared to take advantage of it. You don't have to say, I'm sorry, I don't have any money, I can't afford it, I'm broke, and people just shake their head in pity and walk away. As an adult, you should always have opportunity money put aside, and when you have it, you feel great about yourself. The difference between a person with a little money and a person with no money is night and day. A person with a little money feels great. A person with no money always feels inferior, anxious, worried, concerned, irritable, short-tempered. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the seventh discipline is the discipline of hard work. There's nothing that will help you more than for you to develop a reputation as a hard worker. In the studies of self-made millionaires, again, they said, I didn't have better education, better talent, better knowledge, but I was willing to work harder than anyone else. Most self-made millionaires work 60 and 70 hours per week for 5, 10, 15 years before they break through. Most other people are trying to get by on 5 days a week, and then during those 5 days a week, they don't work very hard at all. The interesting thing, Thomas Jefferson once said, do you believe in luck? He was asked. He said, yes. He said, I believe in luck. He said, and the harder I work, the more of it I have. So the harder you work, the luckier you get. The harder you work, the more opportunities you have, the more doors open up to you, the more opportunities you see. So in America, the average work week is 32 hours. As you know, in France, legally, the average work week is 35 hours.
Yes, thank
and then
you.
most people waste about half their time at work. According to Robert Half International, the average person wastes 50% of their time in idle chit-chat with coworkers, coffee breaks, lunches, reading the paper, surfing the internet, doing all kinds of things that don't contribute anything to the work. So here's the rule that will make you successful, happy, and rich. And it's this: work all the time you work. Work all the time you work. When you go to work, work. When you go to work, put your head down and go to work. Don't waste a single minute. Put your head down and work all day long. If somebody comes up to you and says, "Hi, how you doing?" You say, "Fine, but right now I've got to get back to work, back to work, back to work." Have you got a minute to chat? Yes, but not now. Let's talk after work. Right now I've got to get my job done. And nobody will ever stop you when you say, "I've got to get back to work. I've got a job I've got to get out. I've got something I have to get done." They'll go away and they'll ruin someone else's career. Remember, the greatest time wasters in the world of work are other people who take up your time with idle chit-chat and worthless gossip. You've got to avoid the time wasters. In every single company, these people go around and they're like a virus. They go around and they infect everybody they talk to. Stay away from time wasters. Now, here's a way to double your productivity, performance, output, and income. Here's a way to put yourself on the fast track, increase your income, and become one of the most valuable people in your industry. It's very simple. Start 1 hour earlier. And when you start, get to work. If the starting time in your company is 8:30, start at 7:30 or 7. Now you say, where are you going to get the time? Get up a little earlier and get going. Remember, all you do is beat the traffic if you get in there early. And get in there, plan your day, get going, get organized, get started. When other people come in, you are already running. You're already on your way. Work through lunch.
Safe travels.
There's no law that says you have to go out and kill an hour and a half at lunch. Eat at your desk, eat quickly, eat on the go. Use that time to work. Don't use that time to hang around. There's a thing sweeping America today about having fun at work. No, work is not fun time. Work is not the playpen or the sandbox. Work is not school. Work is work. What you do is you go to work and you work all the time. Don't worry about fun. Have your fun later, knowing that you've done a fantastic job and you've gotten a lot done. And finally, work 1 hour later. Be the last one to leave. Be the person who turns off the lights. Interesting, if you look at an entrepreneurial startup, a business that's being run by somebody who's really driving it forward, you'll find that the business owner is usually the first one there, works through the whole day, usually the last one to leave. Business owner usually works on Saturday and Sunday. At the end of the day, the business owner's got a beautiful home, house on the hill, beautiful cars, beautiful life, vacations, a boat in the yacht basin, and everybody says, "Boy, she is sure lucky." No, they're not lucky. They just worked all the time they work. If you work 3 extra hours, start earlier, work harder, stay later, you'll add 6 hours of productive work to your day. Every hour of uninterrupted work when nobody's there translates into 3 hours of productivity when there's people around interrupting you. So keep asking at work, what is the most valuable